SOC lab. Have you received any?
Again, please. What?
Have you received the credentials for the SOC lab? Have you received
You are
the credential?
breaking up.
The Wazoo, your Wazoo, have you gotten your credentials to access it?
Hello, sir.
Was that a yes or a no?
No,
Okay, so please, we have to find time so that I will show you how to access.
no, I haven't.
Yeah, we have to
Do we
find
need
time.
any credentials to act?
Yes,
It's a
yes,
no. Do we need a
yes,
credentials to access was
yes. You need credentials. The company gives you credentials to access Wazoo. Then also the credentials to set up your laptop so that you could be able to remotely connect to the lab over here, and it's done very easily. So please bring out
wow?
time. Bring out time. So what I told you, what you're learning is not just theory. You're gonna practicalize it. You're gonna see it on your screen. You have the whole interface. You're gonna work with it and see how the same tool Wazoo works. Then do your thing. It's not just a story.
Okay.
Okay, so let's start. Today, your learning outcome is going to be very simple. By the end of this module, learners will be able to explain the structure of computer networks using OSI and TCP. This high-level outcome. We are not expected to do primary school or elementary onboarding on this particular topic. Also, identify and interpret common network protocols, ports, and traffic flows. Use Nmap to perform reconnaissance and vulnerability scanning. Going to be able to capture and analyze real network traffic using Wireshark. Recognize indicators of malicious network activities and document findings in a SOC-friendly format. Okay, I don't know whether you have activated or set in motion your chat GPT for this particular training. It is very, very important that you set up. Uh, okay, let me even show you quickly. Let me show you quickly how I resolved the issue with ChatGPT. Just very quickly. You know, I don't believe in hiding knowledge. Who knows? Maybe tomorrow it might help someone. So, so I told it, hey ChatGPT, my virtual box just crashed and I have up to 4 VMs here. Also, most of them have been snapshots. How do I recover? He said, oh, that's stressful, especially with that many labs and snapshots. Don't panic though. Most virtual box crashes don't actually delete the VMs. Snapshots usually survive. Let's go step by step. So it took me step by step. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to share this with you. I'm going to copy out the link, send it to. I'm going to send it to the WhatsApp group, and of course, you know what it is. Most people might not know what it is because they are not here. This is not their class. So only those that are curious enough might just click it to open. But you know what it is. After the class, you just take it from there. Just read it through to see how I went through. Come on, give me how to generate.
Okay, sir.
Okay, let me see. Copy the link and send to the WhatsApp now. Mm, okay, sending now. Send. Okay, I've sent it to the group. I've sent it to the group. So let's go back to uh, our game and focus on what we do. Oh, did it close my entire page? Please don't do that. I have something else. Okay, so let's move ahead. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Most times when you do those software updates, it takes time to balance things up. I was asking if you could hear me.
It's a bit noisy at the end, like
Yeah, I was asking if you could hear me.
yeah, I can hear you though, but there's noise in the background.
What kind of noise? Let me know.
Like a shishing noise. Something is scratching.
Scratching, right?
Yes.
I hope it's not too bad. Yeah. What about now?
No, no, it's better now than before.
Okay, okay, no problem. So let's move on. So revision foundation on OSI model, the 7 layers. So we're going to go up from layer 1 to layer 7. I think there's an acronym that some of our seniors used to make this known for us. Someone saying, please do not throw sausage pizza away. How do you uh, how do you memorize yours? How do you do that? The OSI
And
model.
I have for me, I have the first three in my head. Then I have transport, and then PA.
Okay. So let's use this acronym. Please down. Please, please do not throw sausage. I hope that's spelling sausage. Pizza away. Increase the font a bit to 28. So we have something like this. You could see that, right? Okay, I see your hand. Mhm. Okay. Please do not throw sausage pizza away. And if we are matching them, we would match it to get this over so I can match it properly. A will be applications. Okay. P will be presentation. S will be session. I have a very bad writing. True will be TCP transport. N will be network. D will be data link. And the last P will be physical. You see that, right? Yeah. So we have, please do not throw sausage pizza away. Very easy way to remember it. Then you now fill in the blanks, starting from the last one or the first one. Physical data link, network, transportation, section, presentation, application. And over here in the material, we are looking at, you know, we are talking about SOC. So in anything we are doing how does it relate to SOC? What is the relevance in SOC? So we have the OSI model, the 7 layers. Then we're going to see their examples and also how relevant are they in the SOC environment. So let's start with the last one, which is application. In the application, we have examples like the HTTP, DNS, and FTP. What is FTP? What is FTP?
File transfer protocol.
Okay, good, fantastic. File transfer protocol. So the HTTP, DNS, FTP, and so on, they are on the application level. And how or why are they relevant to the SOC? Their user level threats happens here, especially phishing, DNS tunneling, etc. So in this particular layer, when there is phishing, this is the layer that it comes or it attacks the most. So when you have this idea, you have a one step ahead of someone who doesn't. So when there is a phishing attempt, don't go looking for uh, the IOCs or etc in any other layer. You go straight to the application layer because that's where you should find valuable information. So the application layer is vulnerable to the user level threats, especially phishing and DNS tunneling. Then the second one, which is presentation layer, the examples are we again the SSLs and the TLLs. What do you understand by the SSL and TSL? What's what comes to your mind when you hear the word SSL?
Security.
Okay, good. Security. Yes.
Secure socket layer.
Yeah, good. So why is it relevant to security operation center analysis? It's relevant because encryption happens here. Also, certificate validation happens here also. So if if someone wants to hijack the encryption or decrypt what has been sent, the person will come attacking the presentation layer. Then the session layer, we get the net BIOS and the RPC. Here, session hijacking happens, more especially persistence happens here. And what do you understand by persistence? When there is hijacking or a system hijacking, and we talk about persistence, what do you think the persistence has to do?
It has to do with brute force.
The word persistence, what does it help them do?
Resistance or persistence?
Persistence. You could see it on the screen then.
Yeah, yeah. I'm saying it has to do with brute force
Yes, I know it has to do with brute force.
or backdoor.
You see, now you're getting closer. The word or the action word persistence helps them to still come back or regain entrance even after they are taken out.
Okay.
You understand the concept, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that persistence helps them to hold on even when they create a back door or all those stuff so that whenever they are sent out, they they can still find their way and come in.
Okay.
So transport layer, on the
So
transport
that's on
layers,
the second layer.
sorry, go ahead.
On the transport layer.
No, that's on the
I'm saying the
sessions
persistence
session.
on the session layer.
Yes, it is on
Okay. All right.
layer 5 session. The transport layer is number 4, layer 4, where we get the TCP and UDP. Do you know what UDP stands for?
Yes, sir. User Instagram protocol.
Yeah, I should give you award of most smart uh, learner. You're good. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. So the SOC relevance there, we have the post scanning, DOS, that's denial of service attacks, happen here. Then the third layer is the network layer, whereby we see the IPs, ICMPs, of course, spoofing and routing anomalies usually happens here. So the second layer is the data link layer, where we get the app and the Mac. App poisoning happens here also. So the first or the last layer is the physical layer where we get the cables and the Wi-Fi. So hardware tampering happens here when someone comes and hijacks uh, or unplugs your network cable and plugs in a bad one. So hardware tampering happens in the physical layer. Okay, so looking at ports and protocols. We say every service communicates over a port. Every service communicates over a port. I usually ask some of the students in the beginner class, I ask them,
Sir, I'm not, sir, I'm not seeing your screen, though.
probably it's from your network or mine, it's going to show up very soon. If you start seeing it, let me know.
I've not seen it in a long while.
You're not serious. And you didn't say anything. Are you using your phone or your PC?
I'm I'm using a router. I'm using my phone and my laptop. They are all attached to. They are all hooked up to the router, so I don't have a problem today.
Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stop sharing there. Start sharing again, so that we will confirm where the
Okay.
network issue is from. Since I could, hear you very well, and
Okay.
you could hear me, we'll figure out where the network issue is from. Stopping sharing now. What are you seeing now? My name, my face.
Yes, I've been seeing your face for a long time.
I'm sorry about that. Okay, let me start sharing. Share screen two. If you start seeing the screen, you let me know.
Yes, sir. I'm seeing your screen now.
Thank you very much. So, before we went into the new slides, we were talking about the OSI model. So, this material also, if you check and it's not in your folder, please alert me on time so I include it. So, you are entitled to every material we use during the training. So, these are all the OSI models and their independent or their different sub relevance. So that was what we were talking about before we came into the new slide, which says ports and protocols. So every service communicates over a port number. Now, I usually ask some of my students, how many ports or how many ports or what is the total port number in a network device? Or how many ports are there in a network device? So I'm asking you now, how many ports?
65,000, 65,535.
Yay, again, she got it. Good. I owe you a chocolate. It's a bar of chocolate.
I tell you, you owe me chocolate, so big time. You know what I want.
Yeah, yeah. So every service communicates over a port number, and we are going to be looking at some of these port numbers and some of the services, their description, and the types of attacks or threats that we can expect to see, especially in a SOC environment. Just give me a minute. Okay, back. So the first is port 22. Port 22, of course, is for SSH, that is remote connectivity, for secure remote access. And one of the threats that are prevalent in SSH is brute force attacks. Are you with me? The thumbs up. Okay, good. Then we get 80 port 80, which we all know is HTTP. And the description is it's normally flags for web traffic. Then some of the attacks that come around it, or the threats, you will see injection attacks, okay, where a malicious user injects malicious codes into the web traffic. Then the senior brother who is a bit secure, that's 443, that is HTTPS with an X. Encrypted web, we've seen some hidden malwares. Some people who are very wise, they try to hide the malware. They will pass it through some queries and ensure that it goes through. Then we have the DNS on the protocol, and on the port we have 53. Port 53, that is the DNS, and for domain name resolution. Some of the threats that you could see there are DNS tunneling. So we also have 445, which is SMB, server message block, used for or normally known for file sharing. When lateral movements are needed, guys, the bad guys, they normally use this port to facilitate lateral movement. Lateral movement is moving from one level of privilege to another level of privilege. Then 3389 or 3389, we have the RDP, that is Remote Desktop Protocol, usually unauthorized access to take place here. Even port 23, which is a telnet. Telnet is also for secure remote access. It's for remote access, but it's not secure. Telnet 23 is the brother of SSH 22. I didn't add it here. So if a SOC analyst finds RDP open to the public, what risk exists and how should they respond? This is a question. If a SOC analyst, if you find RDP open to the public, what risk do you think exists and how should you respond to that?
It means if it's open to the public, it means there is remote access.
Okay.
So it needs to be blocked
Okay.
and given access to those who need it.
Okay. Okay. Or better still, only use 22, which is more secure.
Okay.
So, the first lab we're going to run sudo net start tool to investigate unknown ports and services. Then we are also going to, let's try this first. Sudo net start. I think this should be for Windows. Let me check on my Windows first. Then before we go into Kali Linux. So I'm gonna run sudo net start tooling. TULN. So let's see what it gives us. Sudo, and I'm running this on Windows terminal, the command line, PowerShell actually. Sudo. The term sudo is not. You wanna you wanna misbehave now, we take it to Kali and see what happens. Root terminal. I already opened my Kali, so I want to use the what's it called, the root. I think let me check. Start. Start. Oh, I've seen stuff like this previously. Let me see. Okay. Okay. So this command on Windows pushes out all the processes that are running and all the what's it called, connections, active connections. Did you see what I did? I used the net start dash A. So you could see my screen, right? Are you there? Okay, good. So just in case you want to run that on your PC, check your active connections. But for here, we're going to do the sudo net start, net start. Net start. Hmm. I hope I spelled it correctly because I'm not seeing. Okay, so it brought up the active internet connections only. To investigate unknown ports or services like with commands. If you want to know, if you want to know the ones, or you want to know the names of the ones that you don't know, probably we've seen something here and we don't know them. For example, TCP is running and port number 8834. I don't know what that is currently. So I could use this command sudo ls of I-I 8834. That is the number. And it should be able to push out for me the particular service that is running. So we're going to give it a little quick try. My screen as accommodating as possible so we could have everything shown to us almost at the same time. So we're going to check out this particular service, what it is, then also check out this particular service, what it is. Are you with me?
Yes,
Because
I'm with you.
yes, because what we just this information, this command gave us a general information. Active internet connections, only servers. So it just pushed out the connections, listening. This, all of them are listening. So we want to know exactly what they are. So to do that, we will use this command by the right hand side. So have sudo ls space I semicolon 8834. Enter. Command. So if you can see the screen, I hope it's not too small for you. We have Nest Zeus. This is, I think this is it should be my Nessus. What's it called? Um, my Nessus application that is using this particular port, and the process ID is number 726, and it's owned by root. So I could actually see what is running. I said, okay, now I know what is running. Then the other one, 43689. I could repeat the same to 43689. 43689. Container, container is running there with them. Localhost 43689. So run the command on your Kali, the sudo net start on your Kali as a first lab. The TCP or the connections that come out, screenshot them, then you do the follow up lab, which is finding out exactly what those port numbers stands for. What are they actually? So just like the way I did, you also screenshot it. So you're going to be sending two screenshots in this particular slide. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, I thought you slept. Okay. So at the same time, since we're already in Cali, we'll do Nmap. We're going to do discovery and scanning with Nmap. This is very, very important for SOC analysts, especially level ones, because you're going to be doing a lot of reconnaissance and defensive assessment. More of trying to figure out, or how do I say it, trying to read more meaning into IOCs when you get some ISs, we try to brush them down deep to get as much as information as you could. So the use knowing the getting used to Nmap tools or most of these discovery tools will help you excel. So on the theory overview, we said that Nmap is that's network mapper is used to map networks and detect open services also. SOC analysts use it to go
I
ahead.
can't see your screen.
Okay, let's wait.
Okay, your screen.
Okay, I wanted to wait till it appears. You can see it now, right? Good. So SOC analysts use it to validate what is running inside a network. If you want to know what exactly is running in this network, you make use of discovery tools. And the one that is one of the discovery tools that is very free and usable in your Kali is the Nmap. So attackers also use Nmap to understanding that it helps defenders support reconnaissance. So we're going to run a second lab. Here we're going to do your own IP address. You're going to run an Nmap SN on your IP address, which should be able to show all live hosts. Meaning, since you're connected to your router and when you run the Nmap scan, it should push out both your router's address, your laptop, your PC or your phone or your TV, all those any stuff that is connected to the router, it should be able to push it out. So when you run that lab, when you run that scan, you screenshot the result. Also, it's going to be your third assignment that you're bringing. So I'm going to do that on my own now. So we'll be running Nmap SN192. That's even true. How do you find your IP address on Kali? How do you find your IP address on Kali?
I have conflict.
Okay, that's if config. So let's find my IP address because as of the time of doing the document, my IP address would have been 192.168.8.11, either 110 thereabout, but I don't know if it should have changed now. So I'm going to do ifconfig, just like you said, to find my IP address. Okay, I've gotten a lot of figures here, or a lot of information here. So I'm saying stuff. How do I find the one that is really my own? Point out my real IP address here, if you can see this. Can you find my real address here?
I'm looking at this.
Okay, it should be with INX and look for it under the ETH code. That's the ETA 0.
192.168.8.109.
Confirm. Good. That is my Kali Linus IP address. Dot 109. Okay. So we're going to use it for the scan. Let me clear this up, clear, so that we can have enough space. So to do a network scan, you have to find for example, I have 192, nmap, you can mute, nmap sn 192.168.8.109. Okay, that is mine. But if I want to send a general flow message to the network, I would use the number 0. Hopefully, it gets to the entire network. /24. So this should give me a report of all connected devices or all live hosts in the network. So when I send it, it should be able to do that. Okay, just a minute now, it will populate. So while it is populating, the next one will be to run nmap ss sv o. Only one host found. How possible could that be? Okay, okay. The servers are not on. But even at that, I should have more devices. Let me check. It's only the TV that is on. Let me run the nmap scanning on my network, my ID, my IP address of the Kali. Let me see what comes up. I hope you're with me. You're seeing what is happening, right? When you feel like, oh, this result is not clear, you have to go extra mile to double check if what you're getting is what's supposed to be. So /24 109. So I'm running the nmap now on my own IP address, the Kali's IP address, because I'm expected to see the television in my office is connected to the internet. I believe so. I'm hearing some things, probably the TV is on, so it should be connected. Then the Windows is also connected. Then the Kali also is also connected. So at least, basically, I should see like 3 or 4. Okay, so when it came back with report of just one, I don't always believe everything until I verify. So I'm gonna enter now to see if I will get the same result or better result. Come on, come on. It still came up with one. Then interestingly, that means it's only seeing one IP address, and that is 119. So what happens to my Windows? Why can't it pick up the Windows? Why can't it also pick up the router itself? Can you tell me what is really happening? What do you think is happening?
You are saying you can't see your windows.
I can't see my Windows, I can't see my router, I can't see my TV.
It means you are not connected to them.
Let me see. Fantastic. Now the answer is clear. My what's it called? My system that I'm using for your training has left the house router, the office router, and is connected to the Wi-Fi, the router of my phone. Did you get me? Yes, so you got it. You see, this kind of circumstances will always come in. You have to verify to know what is actually happening. To know what is actually happening. So now I've checked the network name and I've found out that okay, it is my phone that is connected to. So, but even at that, I should be able to see my phone, then my Windows, then my what's it called, my Kali. Let me see if I could troubleshoot it a little bit more and see what I'm gonna get. Slash 24. Let me see. I'm calling on IP address dot one. Let me see who has that and what it's connected to. So running network mappings and enumerations is very fun because it gives you the idea of how to, you know, it's like an adventure. It's like an adventure where you keep on going. Now look at what I'm going to do. I'm going to run slash zero. I'm going to run slash 109 slash zero. Let me see. What do you think is going to come out in slash zero? Meanwhile, the 24, where do you think it came from? Let me see your understanding on IP addressing. Where does the 24 come from?
It's a port.
He said,
I'm saying 24 is a port.
I'm switching back to the office Wi Fi. Just give me a minute because I need to get results, more results for us to do what we do. Okay, I'm back to the what's it called? Office Wi Fi or router. Now, the challenge is, do you think the
Okay.
network do you think the network is going to automatically update my IP address? Let's find out. Let me open a new tab and check if config. If config gives me .109. Do you think this is correct?
Yes, sir.
Even when I did a switch of network, do you think it's correct? .109.
I think so. Yes, sir.
Okay, I have some reasons to doubt that. So I am going to, because I am now on the office router, and it is very unlikely that
Mm-hmm.
two um, devices or two routers, network devices, are going to have the same IP address on two different networks. It is very unlikely for that to happen. So for me to prove it, I'm going to restart
But
or go ahead. I'm going to refresh or restart my Kali Linux. I'm going to restart
I
it.
was going to say that usually,
You say you wanted to say what?
I said I was going to say that it can happen because usually in a LAN, I think like a NAT allows allows devices in a LAN to share an IP address.
Okay. When you choosing a NAT, I think
So maybe because
my
all your devices,
my configuration here should be Let me check. Let me check on the VM. Let me check on the VMs. So see. Meanwhile, the results are going to come out now because we are going to prove them. It's not far fetched. So what we're doing is practical. We're going to prove it. You understand? What am I getting? Trying to access. So the VM, the Kali Linux is doing a mini restarting. So once we restart, we're going to check the IP address to know if both of them are actually hooked up to the same, what's it called, IP address. Just a okay. So it's coming up. I during the trainings with the beginners, I normally tell them to keep a table where they organize all their devices. Organize all their devices. Are you with me? So they will organize it device one, IP address, day one. Device two, IP address, day two. So when they restart their network the next day, they should check if their devices maintain the exact IP address they had. Most of them use it
Okay.
to check how often their network resets their IP addresses, how the selection is being done. Most times, when you on all devices at the same time, there is a rush of obtaining an IP address. Probably, if my Kali had 110.110 and I switch it off and brought in a new device, the network can decide to assign 110 to that new device. It's this choice. Or if you want to hard code an IP address into the network, into your router, you say, okay, router, I need this device to always be on dot 109. Such can also happen because that's what we're using for the SOC labs. We ensure that all of them are a fixed IP address.
Okay.
Because network restarts can happen anytime. You can imagine, let's say you are remotely connected to the Wazoo on dot 105, and over here the network resets like 5 times in a day. That means the IP address is going to be shuffled up 5 times. Now, when you come to access it, you won't get it. It to tell you that this is not the direction or this is not the address of the WhatsApp. Contact the SOC manager.
So in a case like that, what will you do? You have to call.
Yes, if you try to access and you don't get it, just call my attention. I'll check if the server is on or if there's a network issue somewhere. But most times it should be on because when you want to work on the SOC lab, all you have to do is just tell me, Mr. Brian, from so hours to so hours, in 2 hours time, I will be on the SOC lab. So I will ensure that the lab is set up and is on and accessible to you during that period of time.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So don't mind the Kali that is taking time to finish. But while he's doing that, let's be going on our documents. So down on Nmap discovery and scanning too, these are some of the screenshots of what came up in the ones that I did during the class and when I was preparing this table. So the router got some signals. And I think the documents you guys are supposed to have, we get it will get my output plus a link explaining those outputs. I think that's how it's done. I think, let me see whether it's on this document where you should get it. So the labs started from here, starting from port scanning. You run this particular command to scan this particular range in this particular IP address. So you're going to do this and send the answer. If you look here, you will see, hey, this is what I wanted to show you. So this is the result of mine. What I did was I ran this command, nmap space dash p number 1 to 1024, then my IP address, your IP address. So when you run it, it does a port scanning between the range 1 to 1024. Then this was the result I got. Then this is the explanation of the results. So when you click on this link, the link is live. When you click on it, it should send you to the result. So I think when clicking on the link, try not to click on it directly. You could just do right click, then open in a new page so that it will not reload on your current page. Am I making a bit sense?
Not really. Not really. Again, please.
Okay. So where should I start from again?
About the right clicking.
Okay. Let me get this guy. Let me show you the documents that you're using, how it's going to come out in your folder. So I'm going to do the mistake in front
Mr.
of
Brian.
What? Can you hear me?
I wanted to ask if you are in Lagos.
Yes, I am in
Yeah,
Lagos.
I'm just asking you if you are in Lagos.
Yes, I am in Lagos.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So when you're opening a PDF, what do you normally open it with? Adobe Acrobat?
No, I use Phoenix.
Phonics. What's it called? The browser, right?
Yes, please.
Okay. So what I was explaining in this clicking is when you get this document on this particular page, I ran the command and I got the result. This here is a screenshot of the command. Then the link,
Okay.
this link here is a link towards the explanation of what I got.
Okay.
So when you click it, it should open. The link is live. I don't know why it should open up. Let me get it in another document so that I'll explain to you. The link is live, so it should open up. But what I noticed is it loads on your current page, making it difficult for you to see the previous page. So I was saying instead of opening it on your current page, you could right click on it. Let me get it. Okay, you see? Can you see?
Copy.
Yes, or when you right click, you can either copy or open in a new page. So when you click on it, it's gonna open up the explanation. So click on allow. Okay, this one opens it in what's it called? What's the name of Microsoft browser? What's the name of Microsoft browser? Edge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it opened it in Edge. So this is an explanation of the screenshot, the result I got. So you could just take a little time, look at it. But I need you to get yours. Send me your own screenshots. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You're already sounding a bit tired. Don't worry, it's going to be wrapping up. So that is the first one here.
So how many? So
Go
I have
ahead.
to send you a screenshot of
Results. Yes.
my IP address.
I think this should be the fourth class one.
No, the third. The third.
Okay, the third one. Okay, interesting. So this is third. Then the next one is service and version detection. This is what the command you're going to use to identify the version of each service. You also send a screenshot. Then, as usual, this is the explanation of mine. Then the fifth one over here, operating system and fingerprinting. Operating system and fingerprinting. Nmap-O, then this. Our Kali should have opened by now. So remember, we wanted to check if it maintained the same IP addressing.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we wanted to find out earlier. That's why we switched it up and we started it. So let's find out now. My Wireshark is always putting first on my Kali line. Root terminal.
All right.
I'm going to open it. If you're looking at my Wireshark, you could see there are three terminals that are bleeding that are showing live signals. ETH0, any, and look back. It's just showing you that okay, there is network flowing through those areas. Now we have the Kali Linux booted
I can't
again.
see it.
Can you see it now?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So let's run that first one to check. Remember the former IP address we had on my phone's hotspot is .109, right?
Yes, please.
Okay, so let's check if it's the same thing now. IF config. Okay, figure it out. What do you see?
I'm coming. It's still there, 109.
It's still the same, right? Okay, then let's do the let's do the total network scanning, which is a mmap SN 192.168.8.109 slash 24. Yeah, I almost forgot. I wanted to explain to you what the 24 means. 24 is not the port number. 24 is the class name, the class significant. We have 8, 16, 24, and I think 32. And each of them represent class A, B, C, D, and most times E in IP addressing. Please, before we wrap up your training, remind me to enlighten you a little bit more on these numbers, especially this slash 24, okay? Or you can
So
also ask
24
ChatGPT.
is my class number.
Yeah, the IP class number. I'm currently in a class C. So this is 24 is under class C.
I don't understand it.
Okay, we have class A, network IP classes. We call it, let's call it IP address class. IP address class. And these classes determine how much space or devices that is allocated to a particular IP range. So we have class A, class B, class C, class D, and class E. Mostly class E is reserved. So class A, we have something like this. How do I put it for you now so you understand? Okay, the first octet. Let's say the first octet is A dot. No, let's use another figure. The first octet 0 dot. Let me use 1. 1 dot 1 dot 0 dot 0 dot 0. The second one 1 dot 1 dot 0 dot 0. The third one 1 dot 1 dot 1 dot 0. Then the fourth one 1 dot 1 dot 1 dot 1 mostly reserved. So what this means is, are you with me? Give me a thumbs up if you're with me. Okay, good. So in essence, what this means is the class that you are in or you find yourself in or that a network is programmed to be will determine the space they have to put in devices. Just a minute. So if a company is on class A, it means they have this is free to put on device. This update is also free. This update is also free. So at each update, of course, is 8 bits, 8 bits, 8 bits. And they have at least 3 octets that are free for them to put on their devices. If they are in class B, how many free octets do they have to put on their devices? How many?
Two, sir, two.
Good. They have 2, this and this. If they are on class C, how many do they have?
One.
Good. And this is where most home labs, most devices that are connected, or most home labs is. And bearing in mind that one update can take at least 255 devices. So you
Okay.
and me that is inside a class C, we have 200, just this space with 255 space. Of course, it will be hard for you to, an individual, to have 255 devices and all of them are to be connected online. So we are even having more space that is not being used. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
And that is why your IP address, you can only notice the IP address change on the last octave. It might be 109, it might be 8, it might be 1010, it might be 115, it might be 200, it might be 9. But the 192.168.8 does not change, and it will not change because those devices are configured to be in a class C IP addressing. Am I making a little bit
Okay.
sense?
Yes, yes, a bit, not like 60%.
Yeah, no, because this is a whole lot to take in under a minute. This alone should take one like 1 week or thereabout, or even a month to understand IP address classes. Because beyond this, there are also calculations that validate what I just explained to you. It's not just hearsay. There are calculations that validate it. Okay, so maybe I will send you one of my what's it called, YouTube videos where we did a little bit of calculations of this and broke it down, and also with the link on how to understand it more. Okay, but for now, just know
Okay.
that
Oh,
the final thing I'm going to give to you is how did we come across number 24? Now, let's calculate it. I told you that each of these updates has 8 bits, right?
no, I don't remember.
Okay, each of these updates has 8 bits. An update is just like when I say
Eight,
update,
8 bits.
yeah, 8 bits. An update is a position like this. Each of these position is an 8 bit. So, out of all these updates, in class C is only one that is available for use. So the ones that are not available for use, 8 plus 8 plus 8 is how many?
24.
24. That is why we have a 24 in a class C IP address. So when you see an IP address that has 8 plus 8, that would be how many? Oh, I don't like having network. And I'm going to run this. Okay. Just hold on. Let the network is doing some stuff. Just hold on a bit. The network is coming out. Just hold on a little bit. Welcome back. That was like 2 or 3 minutes of network outage. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
I should be welcoming you back.
Okay. Yes, you are the one to be welcome. So, yes, we were saying that for when you see an IP address that has slash, or let's say, let's finish calculating here. When we calculated the first 8 plus 8 plus 8, it gave us 24. So, what is happening? I don't have stomach for this. Please, 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 I don't have stomach for this. I'm switching. As fast as possible. Then the router just decides to be on its own.
Yeah, I didn't hear you.
I've left the router alone. I don't know why it's behaving like
Yeah,
this.
I think
I don't know why the router is behaving like this today.
so.
I've left it alone. So, what I want to teach you now, what I want to show you is very, very important. When you add it to your wealth of understanding and knowledge, it's going to help you, even though it's very little now. So, when you have a slash 24, it means that you are in a class C.
Okay.
When you have a slash 16, what does it mean? You're in class what?
A class B.
Fantastic. So when you have a slash 8, what class is that?
A class A.
Good. So class D, which is normally for reserved system, reserved organizations, are very rare to have, but mostly you will see individuals or people in class A, class B, or class C. But majorly, home labs and devices come on a class C. So that is why we have the slash 24 in our IP address.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah. So let's wrap up the class assignments so that you can go and rest. So the labs run the labs you're going to be running, you get the documents, you check all of them and perform all the labs until I think there are either six of them or five of them before you. The last one is a vulnerability scanning. You run this to detect any CVE. What is CVE?
Mm,
Common vulnerability exposures.
okay.
Common vulnerability exposures is
CV.
like some um, vulnerabilities of systems or applications that is on the node, that is on the networks, that is on the is already known. So the MITRE attack has already published some of those commonly known vulnerabilities. So when you run this command, you should be able to highlight some of them for you, of which you could see uh, my screenshot also if it's pushed out any of the exposures. My port 22 is open, which is SSH, and of course, up when we are doing the ports, we saw the kind of attacks or vulnerabilities that can be exposed on port 22. So you do all the labs and screenshot them and send to me. Our next class will be starting with Wireshark.
Okay, okay. So which labs am I doing now? It's about the
You,
port, right? And
yeah, you're gonna when you get this document, you look at all of them that carries lab, all down to this place, this last one before Wireshark. Everywhere you see lab, you're gonna do them. You're gonna run the scripts. Anywhere you see lab,
okay,
you're gonna run it. Yeah. There should be like either six or seven of them. So, Julie, thank you very much for staying around. It's always nice having a class with you, and we believe that the next
okay.
class is going to be a better one.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you very much. Have a great evening ahead. You're the best.
Okay, same to you, same to you. So how did you enjoy?
So